Hello. Today's video is it's an exciting video. We've made a huge find, and it was through a sonnet that we were able to do this. I'm not going to be able to show that sonnet today. I'm hoping to have it on my next video. We will read one today, and then I'm going to show you another cipher that has been unlocked, which goes with the sonnet, and we tested it out. It's an amazing cipher. It reads almost as if it's a backup plan, like it was a cipher that left like the most important parts of the work all in one, and it's just amazing. And so I can't wait to be able to show you that. But we have found a really big find, and we do believe that we have found the tomb of the upper half of Sir Francis Bacon. We are in the process of digging now. It won't take long. Within a month we should know for sure. So I am going to show you that, and then I'm also going to show you what we have found. And it's just it is an exciting time. We are so close, and when this happens, it's just going to change the whole world. And so let's jump right into it. This is basically the introductory page in your 1609 sonnets. And there's what's on the surface of the page that anybody that picks the book up can read. But then we all know that there's what's in the page. And of course, TT map, the treasure map, in Henry IV. And if you were to go to Henry IV, there is a cipher which puts the 1611 King James Bible in your hands, which holds the treasure map. And so this has already been done. It's been cracked. It's an amazing thing. And it's putting a map in your hands. That's what it's wanting to do. It needs you to crack this and get that map in your hands and go to that location, so that when you start reading the sonnets, you will understand what you're actually reading. There's what's on the page, and then there's what's in the page. What's on the page is for everybody, but what's in the page is for the well-wishing adventurer. And so these sonnets, they're proving to be far more than just poems or 14 comprised lines, writings, whatever you want to call them. They're very structured. But what is hidden within them is just absolutely amazing. And so that's what this cover page is doing. It needs you to do this so that you can continue on and understand what he needs you to understand. So we're just going to read this sonnet real quick. This is sonnet number 17. Who will believe my verse in time to come, if it were filled with your most high deserts? Question. Who is going to believe my verse in time to come, in the future? Who's going to believe what I'm telling you in the future if it were filled with your most high deserts? The Father's treasures. That's one of his titles, the Most High. And his treasures are within these verses, because he hid it within ciphers to get you to a location. That's what the cover page is saying. And so he's asking you, who's going to believe me if it were filled with your most high deserts? He's telling you right there what he's done. It's just a matter of, will you believe what he's saying? As hard as it is to wrap your mind around. Who will believe my verse in time to come, if it were filled with your most high deserts? Though yet heaven knows, it is but as a tomb, which hides your life and shows not half your parts. Who will believe my verses in time to come, if it were filled with your most high deserts? Though yet heaven knows, it is but as a tomb. It's that tomb. That tomb right there, that's what the map's going to take you to. And that's what he's telling you. Heaven knows it's but as a tomb. When you get there, this is what you're going to find. This is what it's going to look like. It's but as a tomb which hides not half your parts. Because when you get there, it's kind of like, congratulations. You've done it. You've unlocked my ciphers, and now you're at my stage. One last William Shakespeare stage. One last play. And this play is finding my bones so that you can retrieve the Ark of the Covenant. That's the last play. It's an amazing thing. But that is what that sonnet is conveying to you right there. Yet heaven knows it is but as a tomb which hides not half your parts, which hides your life and shows not half your parts. His life, his bones, that proves that he was alive. What proves something was alive? To have its bones. If I could write the beauty of your eyes and in fresh numbers number all your graces, numbers, making fresh numbers out of them. We've been doing that throughout the whole thing, and even like basic numbers like 33 has another meaning to them. So taking something and making something else out of it. All your graces, all these ciphers that are going to lead to the ultimate prize. The age to come would say this poet lies. Most people just ain't going to believe it. As I said at the beginning, who will believe my verses in time to come? Most people are going to say it can't be true. Even though I just showed the pictures of the tomb, which shows not half his parts and proves his life. I mean, I actually have the physical evidence. Such heavenly touches never touched earthly faces. It couldn't have. No way the Father did that. Yes, he did. So should my papers, yellowed with their age, be scorned like old men of less truth than tongue, and your true rights be termed a poet's rage, and stretched mightier of an antique song. Yep, they're going to be yellowed with age. They're old, nothing new to learn. Everything there is to be known is known. Less truth than tongue. They speak, but they don't care about the truth. They don't care if there really is something there. Let's prove it so. Nobody seems to want to do that. Just a few of us. Just a few of us. But we're strong. Those few are strong. These few that are out here digging this stuff up, it's only a matter of time. It's going to be done. As this says, but were some child of yours alive that time, you should live twice in it and in my rhyme. Unless a child's born and he does this, we'll live twice. We're bringing the Father. The Father is going to rise out of this mountain, Mount Sion. It is written. And we're a part of it. Bacon was a part of it. As the scripture says, the sower and the reaper will rejoice together. They were the sowers and we're the reapers. We got to undo what they've done. There's a time to plant. There's a time to tear up. There's a time to build. There's a time to tear down. There's a time to conceal. And there's a time to reveal. Now is the time for revealing. So that's what we're going to do. So this next one, this is in your map. It's in the corner. And it says, so this is the corner of the 1611 map. And it says, without the shedding of blood is no remission. Hebrews 9:22. So if you were to go to that, it would read that. But part of the verse is missing. And if you don't have that other part, when you read that on as it's written there, it changes the whole verse. You need the extra portion. There's a portion that's been taken out. That's not put in there. You never do that. There's no way Francis Bacon would do that. So why was it done? It could be to catch our eye. Maybe there's something hidden here that we need to pay attention to and try to figure out. And that's exactly what it's going to end up being. This was to catch your eye. Anybody who knows Scripture, this man knew Scripture. They took it very seriously. And if you're going to use this Scripture, then you use the whole verse. That way you get the full context. Because that by itself, without the shedding of blood, is no remission. That's just not true. It's and almost all things through the law are purged with blood. and without the shedding of blood is no remission. Well, right there, in almost all things. So not all things, but the way this reads, that's exactly how it would read. So it should catch your eye, and you should ask the question. So the Hebrews 9:22. Is it possible that he's talking about something else? Well, if I say, okay, not the book of Hebrews, but the Hebrew Bible, and you start going through all the books in the Hebrew Bible, and when you get to the last one, which is Chronicles, in our Bibles, Malachi is the last, but in a Hebrew Bible, it's Chronicles. And if you were to go to chapter 9, verse 22, this is what you're going to find. The 22 is right over here. I'll show you real quick. Right there. See? But let's look at this real quick, because now he's got us on this page. And something glares at you. Also 9. It's verse 9, verse 22, chapter 9, verse 22. So it all goes together. And we have a pictorial image right here under the word solo. That's an actual pictorial image. That's not a dot or, a colon, or that's literally a hill with a hole in it. It's incredible. It is a pictorial cipher embedded within the scriptures. And so we read the verse. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and of spices, great abundance, and precious stones. Neither was there any such spice as the queen of Sheba gave King Solomon. Okay? Now, like we said, you have a pictorial image there. So what is going on? So we zoom in a little closer. Look at that. I mean, look at that. It is a hillside with a hole in it. You have the word solo because the MON continues on the next line. Solo means one. So you have a 1-22. That was Francis Bacon's birth date, January 22nd. And then you come just up above it. He's the spices. He has hyphenated that one too. So you actually have the word spy. Spy the stones. Spy the stones. You're telling me that 122 also, when we go back and look at this, it's not just 122, but you have 100. 100 is Francis Bacon in simple cipher. 20 is RC. So Francis Bacon, RC, right here with a signature of 122. I believe what he is saying, based off of the sonnet we have too, this one that we're going to reveal next time on the next video, that you're looking for a heel, and that heel will have a hole in it. But you have to be able to identify that heel, and that heel will be marked with a stone. There will be a carving on a stone at a specific spot, and it marks where you need to dig. And so we said, okay, we have a sonnet that we've unlocked that has actually given us an exact location. And so we went and we searched. And we found something. Not only did we find something, but the carving that was found, there's no way that you would be able to identify it unless you had the map and you knew how to read the map. I mean, I'm going to show it to you. It's I've had several people look at it. Everybody comes back immediately. Yes, clearly man done. So now the only question is why? And I'm going to put the map side by side with it so we can look at them. And you're going to see just how similar, and it's just an amazing thing. And so we went to this location where this cipher in the sonnet told us to go. And this is what we found. It's on a stone. Okay? Now when I first looked at it, I didn't know what I was looking at. But when I came back and looked at it a second time, it hit me. What you're looking at is your map. You're looking at your map. Now, here we go. We got them side by side, so let's just match them up. We're going to start over here. You have the head, the shoulders. Let's see if I can get a pen real quick. Sorry about that. Okay. So you got the head, the shoulders, then you have this arm coming off. Okay? You have the head. Here's the chin area. So this right here would be around your shoulder. I believe the verses would be the arm coming off. And then you have chest area which comes down further. That's this right here. And then of course that man is looking at a snake, serpent. When you come back over here, you see the serpent in front of the man's face. So when you pull it back, it's a man looking at a snake. Now we have a map which has brought us to this spot. I've unlocked a cipher telling me go to this location and you're looking for a stone. Spy out the stones. I spy out the stones and I'm finding a carving that looks a lot like that, just not as detailed. What's the odds of that? And then I said, okay, well, if it's doing that, what about this one? Because of course, when you flip this upside down, you have the razorback head. And so if I took this and I flipped it upside down, it looks like an animal head. So here's the snout, the hump, and then the slow curvature flaring out. The nose, the hump, the slow curvature flaring out. It kind of goes in a little bit for the mouth and then comes out. Kind of goes in a little bit, comes back out, goes out, giving you what looks like some form of animal head, a dog or a hog. If they would have carved out like a detailed something like this, anybody would have known that something was there. This right here, unless you have the map and you're at this location for the map's purpose, because the map sent you there, you are not going to recognize this carving. You may look at it, no rock, and say, well, man carved that, but you will not know why. You will certainly not think, I need to dig in this hillside that's right in front of it. It is an amazing thing. It's absolutely incredible. That cannot be chance. Clearly man done. Deep grooves. Nothing else like it on the stone. It's a big stone. Nothing else like it. It just pops out at you when you see it. And it was exactly where the sonnet said it would be. It's just an amazing thing. We see on the map, he has it here, the hill with the hole in it. That's also right over here. Hill with the hole in it, or coffin. I've seen versions with it cleaned up. I think it's later editions, later years, and they've really cleaned it up and made it like a coffin. But this looks like a hole in the ground. Notice you have the number 5 at the gate. The number 5 is not in the ledger. It's not in the ledger. I don't have it here. 1, 2, and 5 are missing. S is also missing. It's in the ledger, but it's not in the map. It should be somewhere over here. Because you have Q, R, should be an S, T, V, W. You have the number 4 right here, so we know it's the number 5. 5's next, 6, 7, just goes around. So this number 5 right here, it's a representation. You see the footprints going up to 3 crosses. Notice how the footprints look like a snake. Everything else is just like footprints. But this actually makes like a snake going up to one of those crosses. I believe those crosses, a cross is man-made. It's a man-made graven image. That's what it is. It's a man-made image. Man had to make it and put that there. Nature didn't put those crosses there. Man had to do that. The snake represents one of the carvings. I believe he's talking about this right here. And it's going to mark your hillside. You need to dig into that hillside, and you're going to find what you're looking for. The verse, it's Hebrews 13:12, about being buried without the gate. Being buried without the gate. This would be your gate. So the next video, I'm going to show how we got to the location we got and found that stone. But this one, when we unlocked this, clearly told us what we had to do. We're looking for a hill, and it will be marked with a stone. Now, that's a big mountain. So fortunately, I had another cipher which really pinned it down for me as to where I'm looking. And we were able to find it. And so all glory to the Father. It's all happening. There's a lot of things that can't be spoken of at the moment. But many prophecies are in play here, and they are happening. And when this happens, it's just it's going to change the world, and what the Father has next, I don't think it's going to be good. I think that's amazing right there. Solo 122, like a signature, man. You know, you're looking for his grave. What do you find when you're at the grave? When you go to someone's grave, well, you have their name. There's the 100. RC, kind of like their profession. And then when they were born. I mean, it's just amazing. Hidden within the Bible. And you got there through this. Because he left a portion out. That's what piqued our curiosity. So we go to the Hebrew Bible, not the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 22. And what you find in 2 Chronicles, chapter 9, verse 22, look directly across from the left, ends up being verse 9. '22 is right across from it, so he gets you to this spot. You'll see that as soon as you do. And then you can start unlocking the cipher. A pictorial image in the 1611 Bible. Outside of the map that he has 2 pictorial images in that. This is in the Scriptures. I mean, it's there. It's amazing. So all glory to the Father. Your secrets are coming out one by one. One by one. We're going to stay in the commandments. We're going to continue to set our hearts on you. Our will does not matter. We only care about you and what you need done. And very soon, I believe we're going to cross that gate. We're going to cross that threshold. And he's going to rise. Our King's going to take us home. I love you guys. Till the next one. See ya.